So, in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, today I will be sharing with you, inshallah, something very interesting about Surah Kawthar. It's a little bit of looking at some mathematical issues, and then after that, the reason for that, numbers. So this is Surah Kawthar. I'm sure you all have it memorized. You know, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر. I'm not going to go into the tafsir or explanation because I'm going to explain this very simply. Indeed, O Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have given you al-Kawthar. Al-Kawthar means abundance, or is the fountain of the lake known as the Hawd of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that will be in the ownership of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from which he will give water to his ummah on the Day of Judgment. فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ. So pray لِرَبِّكَ, to your Rabb, وَانْحَرْ, and sacrifice. And so this surah was revealed in the early period of Islam, in which people had said to the Prophet ﷺ, you're abtar, you're cut off because you have no male descendants from your family. So Allah is here telling the Prophet, no, we have given you abundantly more, and pray to Allah and sacrifice. Inna shani'aka huwa al-abtar. Indeed, it is your enemy that is abtar. It is your enemy that is cut off. Now, in the olden days, you know, there was on the Kaaba, they would hang the poetry that they would challenge others by. So let's say somebody wrote an alfiya, like a poem of 1,000 lines, and he would hang it. They would hang up the best ones that are like a challenge to everyone, right? Hang it up there, and it would be a challenge to everyone. Make something better than this. And so they read Surah Kawthar, and they wrote after this, إِنَّا أَعْطَيْنَاكَ الْكَوْثَرَ فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ إِنَّ شَانِئَكَ هُوَ الْأَبْتَرُ وَمَا هَذَا قَوْلُ الْبَشَرِ. And this is not the words of a human being. So we're going to look at perhaps what did they see? What did they see that by which at the end of it they wrote وَمَا هَذَا قَوْلُ الْبَشَرِ. This is not the wordings of a human being. What were they looking at? So we're going to maybe look at something that when you observe the text, something interesting, right? So Surah Al-Kawthar comprises of 10 words. Inna a'tainaka al-Kawthar fasalli lirabbika wanhar inna shani'aka huwa al-abtar. Okay, and this is, you can see this is 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, so that's 10 words in the surah. Now, every ayah, meaning ayah 1, ayah number 2, ayah number 3, has 10 letters without, if you don't include letters that are being repeated or letters that are silent. Okay? So we will look at that now. So, Inna a'tainaka al-Kawthar, you see this? You can see the letters that are repeated, I have left out. So Inna, so you can see 1, 2, so let me just show this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The waw is colored. 8, 9, 10. Okay? First ayah has 10. Second ayah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The alif here doesn't count because it is not part of the phonetics. One har, basically. And the emphasis here is going to be on 10 and how it relates to one har, the day of, or to sacrifice, you'll see. Ayah number 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then ra, 10. Okay? Now, so 10 words in the surah. Each ayah has 10 letters for those letters that are not repeated or are not phonetically spoken. Okay, so what is the significance of that? It is on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah that the Prophet ﷺ gave his farewell sermon. When? When Islam had dominated, when the Prophet had said these words that I want to emphasize. And there's another narration that has another words that I like even more. Ya Yohannas, just as this month, this day, and this city is sacred. In fact, there's another narration in which the Prophet says, Ayyu yawmikum hadha, which day is this? Ayyu shahrikum hadha, right? So the Prophet, innamal amwalukum wa anfusukum wa a'radukum, your lives, your property, your honor is sacred. Shahrikum hadha wa baladikum hadha wa yawmikum hadha is sacred, like this day. This day, meaning the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. The Prophet was talking about this when he had the Hajj, and at the end of the 10th of Dhul Hijjah is the Hadi. The Hadi starts, the sacrifice, right? Which is فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ. And what do? You pray to Allah, obviously, in Hajj, and you sacrifice. And it was on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah that this happened, and it is on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah that the Prophet had declared that today, now, here, in this month, in this day, in this place, meaning Mecca, now, this was the day where the Prophet had declared his victory. And so indeed your enemies would be cut off, right? And it is on this day the Prophet declared that just as you regard this month, this day, this city as sacred, so regard the life, the property of every Muslim as sacred. And in another narration I said even the word honor, a'radukum, is mentioned. And this is the Arabic of it, which I'm not going to go over right now. So 10th of Dhul Hijjah, what happens? One of the things that happens in the 10th of Dhul Hijjah is called the Hadi. Okay, this is an obligation, wajib, for those performing Hajj. Okay, that they have to give Hadi. Hadi is the sacrifice. Okay, so فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ. Wanhar is sacrifice. Okay, and based on this, the day of Nahar is better than the Eid al-Fitr. Right, so I'm not going to go into this right now, but this is Yawmun Nahar also. As soon as Hajj is finished, it's called Yawmun Nahar. Okay, and so what is the lesson we learn here? That this surah, the smallest surah of the Quran, if you were to observe it and go deep into it, you would find many miracles. This is one of them. There are other miracles associated with this. But I'm not going to go into that. I just wanted to leave this with you. إِنَّا أَعْطَيْنَاكَ الْكَوْثَرَ فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ إِنَّ شَانِئَكَ هُوَ الْأَبْتَرُ. Now, the challenge for you is, can you show your friends that there are 10 words, and in each ayah there are 10 letters that are not including the ones that are repeated, and not including the letters that are not spoken, meaning phonetically read. And then connect this with the day of sacrifice, and connect this with the day where the Prophet had declared Islam as basically victorious, meaning not in the sense of victory as in the normal sense of victory, but the day where he declared, look, now we have come to a time today that the life and the property and the honor of a Muslim is sacred. This is what Islam wants, that the lives and the property and the honor of people is sacred. And this is what the Prophet did, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And so his legacy lived on, and the legacy of those that opposed him was destroyed. So they were the ones that were abtar, they were the ones that were cut off. So I just wanted to share with this with you. Please subscribe and share, and see if you can pick up the Quran and do this for yourself. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Make sure to subscribe today, and make sure you like, and make sure you leave your comments and ideas. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله